bet, man.
Yo.
Yeah, I heard a story. I heard an interesting story one time about the value of so-called money. There was a traveling man. He stopped in this small town, and he went to the local motel to inquire about a room. So the man acting as manager, he was also the owner. He says, "Yeah, I can make a room available." He says, "Matter of fact, we'll give you our finest suite." He said, "That'll be $100." And the traveling man said, "Well, yeah, that sounds good to me." He said, the owner said, "Well, if you give us a couple hours, we'll put it together very nice, and that'll be $100." So the traveling man reached in his pocket, took out a $100 bill, and he put it on the desk. And he said, "Okay, that's the deal." He says, "I'm gonna go check out your town anyways." And he said, "I'll be back in a couple hours, and I'll see you then." So he parted ways. The hotel manager owner, he took that $100. There wasn't much business happening in his town at that time, so he decided he wanted to go satisfy some of his debt. He went across the street into the florist, and he said, "I just received a $100 bill," and he said, "I want to satisfy $100 worth of debt." He laid it on the counter. They wrote him up a receipt and gave him the balance, less $100. He walked out over to his motel. The person at the florist went next door to the stationery store and said, "Hey, I have a $100 bill. We haven't seen any money in this town in a while. I want to satisfy $100 worth off of my debt that I owe you." Same thing. They gave him a receipt for less $100. The stationery store owner called up the restaurant, said, "I have some money here." He says, "I'd like to satisfy $100 worth of debt off what I owe you." So he said, "I'm going to be coming over." So he headed down the street, handed over a $100 bill, received the same thing. A receipt less $100. The story continues on. The restaurant owner called up the produce supply company that was around the corner. Same story. Wanted to satisfy $100 worth of debt. Went over, got the receipt less $100 worth of debt. The produce company called up the mechanic and said, "I know we've been promising to pay you. We have $100 finally. We'll give it to you towards the debt we owe you for working on our equipment, our trucks." So he says, "Yeah, bring it on over." He said, "I've been waiting for that money." So they brought it over, gave it to him. He gave him a receipt less $100 off of their debt. Now the mechanic, he calls his wife up and he said, "Hey, honey, guess what?" He said, "We're going out tonight." He said, "I have $100. She said, "No." She said, "We're not going to spend that money. You better hold that money. I'm coming to get it." She says, "You remember that hotel owner gave us that hotel room for our honeymoon? And we promised to pay him as soon as we got the money." She said, "Well, I'm going to hold up our end of the bargain. We're going to pay that man. I'm coming to get the money." She came by, took the money from her husband, the mechanic. She went down the street and she went into the motel, and put it on the counter and said, "Here's that $100 we owe you." And she said, "I want to thank you for your kindness in giving us that room and waiting on this debt." He said, "Well, thank you, ma'am." He said, "I appreciate that." Gave her a receipt. Now, in walks the traveling salesman, and he says, "Listen," he says, I got an important call." He says, "I got to head on out of here." He says, "So I won't be taking your room." He says, "So if I can have my money back, I'd appreciate it." So the hotel owner says, "Not a problem." He gave him his $100. The traveling man put it back in his pocket. He thanked him anyways, and he said, goodbye, and he headed on down the road. Now that $100 bill traveled all around that scenario, and there was $100 worth of debt settled in each and every instance. who lost money?
Yeah.
There's not a
So
person
we-
that lost money. All that debt was satisfied. And you can extend that story out as long as you want, but the point is,
Yeah.
uh, what is money?
Well, it's the good faith and credit of the people that believe it. That's all it is.
That's right. It's your labor, your energy, and your intellectual property. And, yeah, good faith and credit.
They tell you that. Yeah. So what one believes in it. Like I say, what makes a $1 bill worth any more than a $20 bill? You burn them, they both give off the same amount of heat. They both weigh the same. I mean, it's that little larger number on there. And say, wow, this is worth more. Imagine that.